All right. Good morning. Hey, I quickly wanted to make a video about the significance of what just happened last Thursday. And if you don't know what happened, let me quickly show it to you. Basically, BlackRock, which is the biggest, one of the biggest financial institutions in the country, and they filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF. So as you can see here, asset manager BlackRock files for Bitcoin ETF. But the important thing is, one thing you want to make sure is you understand that it's a spot Bitcoin ETF. And let me tell you why that's significant, okay? So already Bitcoin ETF exists, which is known as BITO right here. And however, this is a futures Bitcoin ETF, which basically means a futures ETF is they're buying actual contracts that say, hey, we agree to buy Bitcoin if at a later date it's above this price. And then they actually have to execute and buy Bitcoin to fulfill that contract. However, a lot of the times it doesn't happen, or a lot of the times they just end up selling those contracts as well, which is kind of when I play options and when I invest in options, that's what I do. I buy call options and put options, and if a call option is I'm betting that, let's say, Amazon is going to be at a certain price in the future. If it goes above that price, I have the right to actually execute that contract and then buy all the Amazon shares that I agreed to buy. Or I can just simply sell my contract to someone else and then they can do it. Okay? So that's what like the futures market is. Basically, it's just contracts. So when this Bitcoin ETF was created, this BITO ETF, it was a big deal for sure, but they weren't really obligated to buy Bitcoin. So it didn't actually increase necessarily the demand for Bitcoin. However, an important thing to remember here is a spot Bitcoin ETF is a little bit different because, as it says here, I've highlighted it, a spot ETF actually invests in Bitcoin at its current spot price, meaning buyers will actually be holding Bitcoin within the fund, similar to buying a stock. Okay? So there is a difference for it. And why I bring this up is for the following reason. This could be a huge win for us Bitcoin investors and cryptocurrency investors. Because let me tell you what happened um, with gold when the ETF was created. First things first, the gold ETF, the first gold ETF was created in 2003. And you can see here, March 2003, the first gold ETF launched, which was called Gold Bullion Securities, and it's out of like Australia. Okay? Now, why that's significant is this. Check this out. Here is the price of gold over the last 30 years. And look where price of gold was in 2003. It was right hovering around 400 bucks. And that's when all of a sudden Wall Street got involved by creating an ETF on gold. And look what the hell has happened to the price of gold since then. It has, at one point in time, it went, actually right now, it's 400, 1, 2, 3. It has 4x'd from that point in time over this span. So, is it possible that this could happen to Bitcoin as well, if in fact the Bitcoin Spot ETF is created? I don't know. Look, history doesn't necessarily repeat itself, but it definitely rhymes a lot. And this is why the industry is kind of really going a little crazy with this whole BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. And apparently other people have also applied for ETFs like GBTC, Grayscale has applied. They got rejected. But BlackRock's the big daddy. It was the OG in the industry. And I'm sure the owner of BlackRock, whatever his name is, Finkel or whatever, I'm sure him and this Gary Gensler of SEC are on speaking terms. I'm sure they know each other. So if I had to bet, I'm thinking a Bitcoin ETF will be created at some point in time in the future. And if it kind of coordinates with the Bitcoin halving that's coming up, I don't know. Oof, this could be crazy. So let's hope this comes through, and let's just hope it's yet another catalyst for the future price of Bitcoin. All right, guys, just wanted to share that with you. Hope if you enjoyed it, give me a comment below. Let me know that you enjoyed this, and I'll be more than happy to share other things as I'm learning them myself. Look, I'm on a journey myself. I'm learning as much as I can, and when I see interesting things, I like to put something together and share it with you guys as well. And I think this is extremely interesting, so you might want to pay attention. All right, thanks, guys. And hey, if you're on this, if you're on my YouTube channel here, please subscribe because I'm only trying to share things that really can benefit you. I'm not trying to share everything in the news. I'm trying to share things that really are actionable items, and I think this is actionable. So you might want to pay attention. All right, thanks, guys.